everyone and welcome. Today I am making a relatively quick dinner. So I have some drumsticks and we're gonna bake those with the potatoes, and we're gonna use quite a lot of different ingredients, spices for them, and marinate them really quickly. So in Polish we call those nóżki kurze pieczone w piekarniku z ziemniakami. Okay, so what I'm going to use to marinate this really quickly is apple cider vinegar. Here I have about 5 tablespoons of that. And we're going to mix this, of course, with a little bit of pepper. So probably a pinch of pepper. We're going to use tarragon. And that's just a pinch as well. I have here is rosemary. And that gives the meat its excellent taste, as well as a little bit of thyme. I have parsley, garlic powder, garlic onion, paprika, it's the red one, not spicy, and of course the salt. So first thing is first, we're gonna marinate the meat really quickly, and we're gonna use my glove actually. Okay, so for the meat to get marinated pretty quickly, we're gonna need something sour, so something like lime or lemon or wine, or like I have here this apple cider vinegar. That's what I'm gonna use to marinate this with. And then I'm gonna put some pepper. We're gonna marinate this for about 1 hour. It's preferably overnight, but I don't have that time today, so I'm gonna make this really quick. And let's use the tarragon. And these have been washed already, and I cut out some of the skins that didn't look good, so those are done. Here I have a little bit of the thyme, so as much as you like it. Bit of the parsley, the garlic powder, and I have here is some onions. This is minced onion, whichever one, powdered or minced, is good. Of course, salt. We're gonna salt the potatoes later. And up here's some paprika. And the rosemary. And now let's massage all that in. So each drumstick can be well marinated. So now the drumsticks are pretty well marinated with all the spices I've used. And I'm not going to use the oil on it right now because most likely it would affect the marinating process here, as it clogs up the pores and if you want it quickly marinated. So it's best to do it once, like after an hour that it's been in the fridge with all these spices. It'll inhale, like sort of inhale all the spices, absorb them, however you want to say it. And then once I take them out, then we're gonna use the oil on the top to prevent from drying during baking, and also the skins do protect it from drying as well. So here I have 4 pounds of the drumsticks, and actually there are 12. So this serves about 6 people because some of those drumsticks are smaller. So 6 servings. And I have here about actually 3 pounds and something. So almost about 1.5 kilograms of that. And I'm gonna use just a few of the carrots. So let's cover this up. And let's place it in a refrigerator for about an hour. And while the drumsticks are marinating, let's peel the potatoes. Then we'll wash them and we'll cut them. I usually cut them to little strips. Pretty similar in size. So now the potatoes are washed. I'm gonna transfer these into a baking dish, platter, whatever. You're gonna bake those in. Make sure that it's big enough to fit all the potatoes and the chicken. And let's put some salt. You don't need a whole lot because the chicken is salted. So it'll go to the bottom as well, and it'll absorb the spices and the salt. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit of carrot, the baby carrots, to this. And then to the bottom, we're gonna add some water so it does not dry out. Now let's add the oil into the drumsticks. Since it's marinated long for an hour, so we can add this oil to prevent its dryness. I have about 5 tablespoons of this oil. I'm using canola oil. And now let's arrange the drumsticks on the top of the potatoes. You want to make sure that the skin is up. And now we're gonna cover this up and put it in the oven for 2 hours at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's cover this up. And before the end, we're gonna uncover this, increase our temperature, and brown them so they're gonna be a little bit more crispier as well. And now the chicken has been in the oven for an hour. You nicely, so I'm checking on it to see how it's doing. And as you can tell, it still needs about an hour at least. And now this is half an hour left, but I don't think that it's gonna be done in about half an hour. Still, the meat still needs a little bit more, so maybe about 45 minutes, but it's starting to look good. So I just took those out and they are pretty tender, so I'm gonna increase the oven temperature to 400 degrees and leave it in there for about 10 to 15 minutes to brown. So these are done for the most part. They are nicely browned. If you like this recipe, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching.